Right. Hey, I'm gonna say something that might make your manager uncomfortable. The reps on your team who are most afraid of AI right now, guess what? They should be, but not for the reason they think. And by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly why and what to do about it. Just what I see actually happening on the front lines. So here's what we're gonna cover today. I'm gonna show you what AI actually does well in sales, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Then I'm gonna show you the one thing it cannot do, no matter how good it gets. And then I'm gonna give you 3 specific ways to use AI right now as a field rep, so it works for you instead of against you. So let's get into it. So point number 1, what AI actually does well and why that's not the real problem. Okay, here's the part most sales coaches skip because they don't want to scare you. AI is good at sales. Like genuinely, legitimately good at certain things. And if you don't understand what those things are, you're going to keep fighting the wrong battles. All right, let me draw this out. I'm gonna call this the AI lane. So on the left here, we have AI lane, and here's what lives in the AI lane. Volume. AI can send 10,000 cold emails before you finish your morning coffee. Personalized, researched, and optimized for open rates. Next, follow-up cadence. It never forgets. AI never gets tired, and it never has a bad week and lets a deal go cold. Pretty powerful. Account research. It can pull everything about a prospect's company, their recent news, their pain points in about 45 seconds. Super fast. And last but not least, lead scoring. It can look at your entire territory and tell you statistically which accounts are most likely to convert. Guys, this is the AI lane, okay? Here's the honest truth. If your value as a rep is built primarily on volume, on sending more, calling more, emailing more, man, I hate to tell you this, but you are already losing that race. You were always going to lose that race. AI just made it obvious faster. But here's where I want you to stay with me, because this is not the bad news. This is actually the setup for the best news you've heard in a while. Which brings me to point number 2, the one thing AI cannot replicate. I want you to think about the last deal you actually closed. Not the email that started it, not the CRM note you logged after, the moment it turned. Was it when you read the room and shifted your whole approach on the fly? Was it when you sat across from someone and they genuinely felt like you understood their problem better than they did? Was it when you said something completely off script because your gut told you to and it landed perfectly? That moment, that is what we're talking about. On this side, we have your lane, and I want you to write this down. This is what lives in your lane. Let me slide this over a little. In-person trust. The kind that gets built when you show up. Look someone in the eye and they think, man, this person gets it, okay? Reading the room. Knowing when to slow down. When to stop talking. When to ask one more question instead of going to the pitch, okay? Next, authentic discovery. Sitting across from a prospect and actually diagnosing what's keeping them up at night. Not running through a script, but genuinely listening and following the thread. Next, relationship compounding. Every time you show up right in a territory, you're building a reputation, account by account, conversation by conversation. That compounds. AI cannot compound a relationship. It can only simulate one. And here's the big one. Physical presence. Man, AI cannot shake a hand. Not yet anyways. It cannot walk into a room and change the energy. It cannot sit across from a buyer who's had 3 bad vendor experiences and make them feel safe enough to open up. This is your lane. Guys, powerful stuff here. Now, look at this board. AI owns the left side. You own the right side. Reps who are scared are trying to compete on the left side. The reps who are winning, they've doubled down on the right side. It really is that simple. But there's one more thing I need to show you, because this is where it gets really interesting. And this takes us to point number 3, why the AI explosion is actually your biggest opportunity right now. Here's what nobody is talking about, and I mean nobody, because your buyers right now, your prospects, the people on your route, the decision makers you're trying to get in front of, they're all getting hammered with AI-generated outreach. Salesforce just put out data showing 81% of sales teams are either experimenting with or fully implementing AI tools. LinkedIn research shows cold outreach volume has exploded and response rates historic lows. Your buyers have developed a 6th sense for this. They can smell a machine-written email in the first sentence. They've learned to delete without reading. They've built walls. So what happens when a real human walks through the door? So the noise floor in your market is rising every single week. More AI, more volume, more fake personalization. The signal stands out more when the noise floor rises. And you are the signal. A real human showing up prepared, asking a real question, actually listening in a world where buyers haven't experienced this in months. You are the purple cow. You are the one thing that stops the scroll. You are the signal. In person, trust value goes up. But, and this is important, only if you're not adding to the noise yourself. Only if you're showing up with a real process, real discovery, real next steps, not just more activity dressed up in a nicer outfit. More activity, reps are losing that race. Now, the widening gap, right? So the reps who get replaced by AI aren't the ones AI outperforms. They're the ones who never built real skills. And right now, that gap between those two types of reps is widening faster than it ever has. Where would you like to be? Activity rep or revenue architect? Thought so. I want to be that one. Point number 4, how to actually use AI as a field rep right now. Okay, so I told you I'd give you 3 specific ways to use AI as a field rep. And I want to be real practical here because I'm not anti-AI. I use it. The question is just how you use it. Here's the framework I'd follow. Moving right along. Okay. AI as your research assistant, not your replacement. Okay. Number 1, Number one on this list, pre-call account research, okay? Before you walk into an account, use AI to pull everything. Recent company news, leadership changes, industry challenges, competitor moves. What are their customers saying about them? What problems are showing up in their space right now? You walk in with that context and you're not just another rep. You're someone who did their homework. That earns you the right to ask better questions. Again, let me repeat that. That earns you the right to ask better questions. All right, number two, post-meeting follow-up drafts. After a field visit, use AI to draft your follow-up email. Give it the context of the entire conversation. The next step you agreed on, the specific problem you uncovered, let it write the first draft, okay? You edit it to sound like you. You send it fast while the conversation is still fresh in their mind. This is where AI saves you time without replacing the human work. The conversation was yours. The relationship is yours. AI just helps you document and advance that faster. And number three, territory prioritization. Use AI to help you tier your accounts. Feed it your data, revenue potential, last contact, industry, deal stage, all of it. And let it help you identify where to focus your windshield time. Stop driving your territory on gut feeling and start driving it on signal. That's it. 3 uses. Pre-call account research, post-meeting follow-up drafts, territory prioritization. But when you walk through the door, put all that away. That's your moment. And right now, that moment is worth more than it's ever been. So let me bring this all the way back to where we started. The reps who are most afraid of AI, they should be, but not because AI is going to take their job. They should be afraid because AI just made it impossible to hide a weak process. If you're relying on volume over value, AI exposes that. If you were pitching before you diagnosed, AI exposes that. If you were checking in instead of advancing, AI exposes that. If you never built a real territory strategy, AI exposes that. But here's the flip side. If you've been doing the real work, if you've been building real skills, real discovery, real relationships, real process, AI just handed you the biggest competitive advantage of your career because your competition is busy automating mediocrity and you're out there doing the one thing they can't automate. So stop being afraid of AI. Start being the thing it can't replicate. That's a real human with a real process, building real trust, face-to-face, account by account, conversation by conversation. That's the revenue engine. And that's what we build here.